Ladies and gentlemen, we just got ourselves yet another update in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. And I know you must be thinking, finally! But no, it ain't that day, guys. It ain't that day. In this video, however, I'll show you three very important things. First of all, exactly what the SEC has just replied. As again, in the lawsuit versus Ripple and the SEC just filed a response that you need to know about, so I'll tell you everything you need to know. Second of all, is I opened a trade earlier today, and I honestly, guys, really want every single one of you to succeed in your life. So I'm gonna explain my thought process here and how I made about $500 on this very simple trade earlier today and what different signs I was looking at to make this. Even though it's not financial advice, hopefully you can learn something from it. And last but not least, I'll give you a couple additional income tips at the end of this video, so watch this all the way through. Always, guys, as always, make sure you press that like button. We're trying still to get to 1,000 likes on one of these videos. And so, let's go! To give you guys the rundown, a couple days ago, Ripple filed this. They basically filed a letter to the judge to include some of the statements from other lawsuits inside of their case, and to be a little bit specific, it was to help out with their fair notice defense. It's the decision of Judge Michael Wiles in the Voyager bankruptcy case, where Judge Wiles rejected the SEC's objections and approved the bankruptcy plan. Jeremy's words were, Ripple finally fought the Voyager bankruptcy judge decision. The judge uses abnormally strong language, stating that the US regulators themselves cannot even agree on what criteria to use in deciding whether a crypto is a security, which again is in regards to the fair notice. We are getting close. And so now, a couple days later, we have the SEC filing their objection, or rather their response to whatever Ripple tried to put into the lawsuit. Regarding supplemental authority from the Bittner and Voyager cases. Jeremy had this to say: the SEC finally replies, because it took days. Why would it take that many? Apparently, they must have been busy with other important things, like suing Coinbase, like going after Tron, like doing all this other crazy shenanigans. Basically, been just smacking everybody in the face. And although they raised some valid points regarding the Bittner case, its attempt to argue that the Voyager judge did not say the crypto space faces glaring uncertainty is smirkable. And it literally had every single one of us thinking this. Because it's the same old of the SEC not trying to take responsibility for all their actions. Jeremy said he thinks these are two cases that are bad for the SEC, and this reply negates the Bittner decision a little, but doesn't take away much bite from the Voyager judge's ruling. But then again, it's all FND stuff. And no, I have no idea what FND means. Never mind, I do know what FND means, fair notice defense, obviously. Do you all sometimes have it as well, where somebody says something and you think like 7 layers deeper than what they actually meant? Moving on, John Deaton said, not that XP holders want to go to Supreme Court, but let's not forget the language favorable to Ripple's fair notice defense in Bittner came from Justice Gorsuch, who used to work under Michael Kellogg at Kellogg's firm, who orchestrated Ripple's fair notice defense and brief. Anyway, still the lawyers have said that the end of March, which is in a couple of days from now, again, yes, it is 3:30 a.m. Not sure you guys can see it perfectly, but they've basically said the end of March or the middle of April should be the end of this case. Let's see if it'll still happen. I'm still excited. And if you guys are too, make sure you press that like button. I replied to every single comment. Did you guys notice that? And also join the Discord. I'll keep telling you, it's gonna be my place where I'll answer most questions and announce most of my giveaways from now. And like I said right now, I made a couple $100 off of a very simple trade earlier today that I explained to you guys in the Telegram. So before I dive into exactly what I did, let me tell you, we just hit almost 589 likes again. Let's try to get to that 1,000 today. And still, I'll keep telling you, $30,000 worth of bonuses you can claim over on Bybit, or even BitGet has different cool giveaways. Just make sure you check those out. Links are down below. These are the exchanges that I use to trade crypto. Even though I'm not a financial advisor, I do believe that by utilizing the bonuses, again, upwards of $30,000, you can literally make a lot of free money. So just check it out for yourself. That's all I'm saying. Before we get to the profit, we have to watch the video that explained my thoughts, explained my trade, etc. I've combined 3 of my videos here for you to quickly and easily watch. All right, now guys, Bitcoin is on the verge of either a major move towards the upside or a major rejection. Again, we've already crossed this 200 weekly moving average. Right now, however, what we're waiting for is for ourselves to close above this level with some confirmation. You can see we've already had ourselves this one beautiful breakout candle, but right now we're being rejected at a top, which we've had over the past couple of years. We've had some major resistance at that level since it acted as support in December of 2020. Anyway, right now we are trying to break this level. But if we do not, everything is going to be falling back down. And of course, if we do, well, I'd say that things are about to get pretty freaking exciting, because that, in my opinion, means that the bull market is really freaking back and we're going to go absolutely crazy. But right now, it's crucial and essential that you watch for this level. Yesterday, we let the chat trade and we opened a $50,000 position for whatever they decided. Now today, we've opened up a position as well, but the exact opposite of what the chat said. You can see right now we've opened a $15,000 position, actually going short on Bitcoin at its previous top that we've also seen yesterday, because, well, it's more likely to break down than up. There's a little hurdle right here, which is some major support, minor support actually, to be honest, but it's been lasting for a little bit, for a couple of days. If we break through, potentially easy move a little bit down further at 27.250 again, like it was last morning, a couple hours ago. However, we can also, of course, get ourselves the final breakout. And if that were to happen, I will close my trade and switch up rather quickly. But that would be explosive. That will go crazy the moment that we break out. So we need to change the entire strategy. For right now, this is the safest bet, which is why we're doing it. And I'll update you with the results rather soon. Right, giving you guys a little live update. Right now, we have broken through our most crucial, even though kind of weak, but crucial support. Our trade is doing pretty okay, 10% in the profit on our $15,000 trade. But it's only 160 because, again, we only put 1,500 in, right? This is our position size. This is the actual money we put in, which is about 1/3 from our trade yesterday. And about $160 profit, aka 10% our initial. Point being, however, we're hoping for a breakdown all the way towards this like longer standing support, right? But even now, we've already caught ourselves a nice little move from the major double top here to the most closest support level. And honestly, trading it like this is the simplest thing you can do. Right now, just take your profit or out and look for the next nice entry. For example, if we get a nice little breakdown with confirmation, we open another short that goes down to this support. But as long as we do not see that, we stay out. Right now, it's risky. Right now we're risking another move towards the top for a triple top. But we could also wait it out, see if we move upwards, and potentially short it again. Unless we break out with confirmation, then we long. That's how simple the game can be. Easy profit. Afterwards, I gave you guys a couple little updates in the Telegram chat as well, showcasing first 15% profit, then 21, and then 26. And there I also added, would not be too stupid to close part of the position now whilst we're in profit. And that basically means, hey, make at least some sort of profit right now as we speak, because there's some weakness showing, and then put your stop loss somewhere, in this case for a short a little bit higher, but somewhere still in profit as well. Because as I've just explained, the move is basically invalidated if we come up too much. And in this case here, we don't really have that much margin for error. So this by far was just the best play. And then we can actually look at what the price is doing as we get towards our entry at like 28.5 again, to potentially look for yet another short and make the same profit over and over and over again. So again, where I said to exit was at roughly 27.80, so roughly at this price point right there. You can see that quickly afterwards, the price actually regained. But then as we got to our prices yet again, we could have actually opened up yet another short to quickly take some profit yet again, for again, another very easy 15%, as again, we were trading with 10 times leverage. Even though this is not our major top that we had a double top in, you can still see this is acting yet again as some major resistance that we've bounced off many times in the past already. And then again, until we see some confirmation of a crazy breakout, it is just way safer to keep shorting it at this level and then potentially pivot the moment we see a breakout above. I don't really like charting over on the lower time frames, but what I have stated earlier is we are seeing more and more weakness, which is why it's more and more likely some crazier pivotal move is going to happen, which is why I'm less happy to keep opening the shorts. But anyway, those were my thoughts. And what I'm about to show you now, all right, is one thing that I think many people are not taking serious enough. Earlier today, we had ourselves the Arbitrum airdrop, and many people made crazy amounts of money, thousands upon thousands of dollars. I want y'all to do one thing, and that is to make sure you have the notification bell on. Why? Because sometimes there are opportunities where you can make thousands of dollars within a couple of hours, or you need to do a couple of different steps today to potentially make thousands of dollars in 3 months from now. It's almost always still worth it though. One of my best friends, and that would be you. Okay, that sounded way weirder than I wanted to make it seem. Anyway, you guys, I always try to help out, alright? I told you all before. A little bit ago, I went over on Twitter to state Arbitrum is really the thing right now, it seems. And in that video the same day, I explained to you guys, hey, what you gotta do right now, and I sent this to all of you, plus my family members, plus a couple other people. And that is, right now there was a rumor of an Arbitrum airdrop coming around. This is in February, so make sure you participate with the network. And then in turn what happened is a couple months later, in this case actually only 4 weeks later, there's an airdrop, and everybody who participated up to some point in February basically was eligible for some tokens. Now it briefly became the number 7 in the rankings. It later on fell down to about $1, something like that. It went to $11 at the start though. And I think most people that I've spoken to got about 1,000 coins for absolutely free, which means at some point it was $10,000. Right now it's about $1,000 for absolutely free, but that is like for minimal effort. There are more coins akin to that though, and I'll make a video shortly, pretty soon here. That's why I want you guys to have the notification bell on, while I explain how to claim, or at least how to participate with all these different tokens, all these different networks, and potentially catch that juicy reward. It's been tens of thousands of dollars for some of these coins. Think about 1inch, think about Uniswap. I'm thinking of Optimism, Aptos. Airdrops are one of the craziest ways to make your first 100,000 in crypto. People made 4 figures on Aptos, 5 figures on Hashflow, 6 figures on DYDX. And a couple ones that I mentioned here are Layer 0 Labs, ZK Sync, Scroll ZKP, Sui, of which I can vouch for. If they go for an airdrop, it's probably going to be huge. Starknet, again, has huge potential. Shardium, I didn't even know that that existed, but you know, keep it in the back of your head. Lens Protocol, Fuel Network, Psi Network, again, I can vouch for that one, and potentially MetaMask. Again, if you go to Twitter and fall into the trap of pressing their links and participating with whatever they say, there's a good chance you're going to get scammed. So all I'm saying is, let me do that for you. Let me figure out exactly every single step you need to take to participate in these networks and potentially claim your tokens afterwards. Because honestly, it's that simple. As long as you participate with them before they have a token out, they'll reward you with some tokens the moment they get a token out. But it can be quite difficult to know exactly how to do that. So all I'm asking in return is for you guys to comment down below that you'd like to see a video about that. And of course, press that like button and I'll get right to work. So hopefully you guys can make $100,000 in the next year purely off of these airdrops. Again, not financial advice, and I'm not certain that any one of these is actually going to launch a token, but if they do, it is literally the freest money in the world. So that's why I want you guys to know about this. Oh yeah, and before we end the video, all I'll say at the end here is I've warned you guys earlier today already that right now there's a very big attack on crypto that has started. Just watch the video I made earlier today if you want some better explanation, but Rosalind Layden, who is a contributor to Forbes, also said, I sent this to publish before the Coinbase news broke, which makes it even clearer that Gary Gensler is playing a very dangerous game. And the title is, Doltish Regulators Use SVB to Attack Crypto in Non-Sequitur Fashion. All I'm trying to say is this is the exact confirmation of what I warned you guys about earlier today. And it's funny how one-to-one this is. I warned you guys of exactly what she's writing about here as well. All I'm saying is be prepared for things to get way, way, way worse in regards to the attack on crypto. Even though in reality, they can push, they can slab, but at the end of the day, I remain freaking bullish on crypto and I buy more every single freaking day.